Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Chill English channel. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake. Today, we're going to talk about English at university, how to communicate with classmates, participate in lectures, and even email professors.
Before we begin, a quick reminder. If you want to really improve your English, try using these phrases in real life. Speak them out loud, write them down, and practice whenever you can. Small steps every day make a big difference. And please, 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 don't forget to subscribe to the Chill English channel so you never miss our lessons.
Let's start with one of the most common situations for any student, introducing yourself to new classmates. You can begin with a simple, "Hi, I'm Jake. What's your name?" It's short and friendly.
Then you can add, "I'm studying English literature. Which program are you in?" It's polite, clear, and easy to remember.
Another natural follow-up question is, "Which year are you in?" Or, "How long have you been studying at this university?" These questions are short, but they show interest and help continue the conversation.
Talking about courses is very useful too. For example, you can say, "Which classes are you taking this semester?" Or, "Do you have a favorite lecture this week?" Asking about classes shows you care about what the other person is doing.
Listening carefully is just as important as speaking. For instance, if someone replies, "I have a very busy schedule this semester," you could respond naturally with, "Which subjects are the most challenging for you?" That way, the conversation continues instead of stopping.
You can also ask about their hobbies or projects. For example, "Are you working on any interesting projects this semester?" Or, "Do you participate in any clubs?" These types of questions make your conversations more engaging and friendly.
Let's move on to asking questions during lectures or tutorials. If you don't understand something, you can politely say, "Excuse me, could you explain this part again?"
Or you might say, "I'm not sure I understand this concept. Could you give another example?" Short, simple, and polite, but it works really well.
And always remember to add, "Thank you," at the end. A small, polite phrase makes your questions sound respectful and helps professors respond positively.
For online classes, you can use phrases like, "I'm having trouble with the connection. Could you repeat that?" Technical problems happen often, so this phrase can save time and avoid misunderstandings.
Another situation is emailing professors. You should start politely with, "Dear Professor Smith," and then explain your question clearly.
For example, "I'm writing to ask about the assignment due next week. Could you clarify the requirements?" This is short, clear, and professional.
And always finish emails with a polite closing. You can say, "Thank you for your time," or "Looking forward to your reply." Small gestures like this make a big difference in how professors respond.
Talking to classmates outside the classroom is also important. Ask, "Have you joined any clubs this semester?" Or, "Do you enjoy the campus?" These are short, but friendly ways to start a conversation.
When someone replies, follow up naturally. For example, "Oh really? What do you like most about it?" Or, "That sounds interesting. Can you tell me more?" These responses keep the conversation flowing smoothly.
You can also comment on lectures, like, "That lecture today was very interesting, wasn't it?" Or, "I found the topic a bit confusing. Did you?" Statements like these are easy to say and encourage others to share their thoughts.
Another useful tip is to repeat and practice phrases regularly. Write them down, say them out loud, or practice with friends. This repetition will help you remember them and feel more confident when speaking.
Even using just one phrase in a real conversation each week can strengthen your confidence. The more you practice, the more natural your English becomes.
Don't worry if you make mistakes. Everyone makes them, and mistakes are part of learning. Speaking regularly, even with small errors, is the fastest way to improve.
Remember, the phrases we've covered today are not limited to one situation. You can use them over and over in different parts of university life, from meeting classmates to participating in lectures and writing emails.
Being comfortable with simple, polite, and natural phrases will make your university experience smoother, help you connect with more people, and make learning English more enjoyable.
And if you practice these phrases regularly, you'll notice that speaking English becomes easier and more natural in just a few weeks. Confidence grows quickly when you take small, consistent steps.
Keep in mind that learning English at university is not just about studying. It's about using the language in real situations every day, building relationships, asking questions, and expressing yourself clearly.
Using English in your daily university life, even in short conversations, emails, or class discussions, will improve your fluency and make you feel more confident.
So, the key is practice, politeness, and staying consistent. Even simple phrases can have a big impact when you use them regularly.
That's why starting with basic introductions, polite questions, and short comments is so effective. These phrases create connections and make communication much smoother.
Over time, as you repeat and adapt these phrases, you'll notice your English improving naturally, without stress, and you'll feel more confident interacting in every part of university life.
Keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy learning English every day.
Now that we've covered basic introductions and simple classroom phrases, let's talk about interacting a bit more deeply with classmates. Group work is very common at university, and knowing how to communicate politely in groups is essential.
Absolutely. One useful phrase is, "I have an idea we could try," or "What do you think about this approach?" These are polite ways to contribute without sounding pushy.
And if you want to agree with someone, you can say, "That's a good idea," or "I completely agree with you." Simple phrases like these make teamwork smoother.
Sometimes you might need to disagree politely. For example, "I see your point, but what if we try it this way?" Or, "I understand, but I think another approach could also work." This keeps the discussion friendly and professional.
Another important aspect of group work is asking for clarification. You can say, "Could you explain that part again?" Or, "I didn't quite understand your point. Can you give an example?" Being clear helps everyone stay on the same page.
Campus life is also a great opportunity to practice English. For instance, when attending events or joining clubs, you can ask, "Is this club open to new members?" Or, "How often do you meet?" These phrases are practical and help you connect with people outside class.
And when you meet new friends, it's natural to ask about their schedule or plans. For example, "Are you busy this week?" Or, "Do you want to study together for the next lecture?" These are simple ways to show interest and build friendships.
Talking about professors is another common topic. You could say, "I really like Professor Smith's lectures. Do you enjoy them too?" Or, "I found today's lecture challenging. What did you think?" Medium-length comments like this encourage conversation and sharing of opinions.
Expressing your own opinion is important. You can say, "I think this topic is very interesting," or "I feel a bit confused about this assignment." Using I think and I feel keeps your statements polite and personal.
And when responding to someone else, you can say, "That's interesting. Can you explain why?" Or, "I didn't think about it that way. That's a good point." This shows you are listening and engaged.
Another useful situation is working on assignments together. You can ask, can we split the tasks? Or, which part would you like to work on? These phrases are practical and show collaboration skills.
For online group projects, you might need to suggest meetings. You could say, "Shall we meet on Zoom tomorrow?" Or, "What time works best for everyone?" Clear and polite communication is always appreciated.
Talking about campus life more generally, you can ask, have you been to the library recently? Or, do you know where I can find the student center? These questions are practical and help you get involved.
Or comment on campus events. "The lecture series this week looks interesting. Are you going?" Or, "There's a sports event on Friday. Would you like to join?" These phrases help start conversations naturally.
Even small compliments can be part of campus conversations. For instance, I like your presentation style, or your project is very well done. Simple praise makes interactions positive and friendly.
One tip to remember is to combine questions, comments, and polite opinions in the same conversation. For example, "I found the lecture interesting. Did you understand everything? What did you think about the main topic?" This keeps the dialogue flowing.
Another important phrase is asking for help politely. You can say, could you help me with this problem? Or, would you mind explaining this part? Being polite while asking for assistance encourages cooperation.
And when someone helps you, always thank them. "Thanks, that was really helpful." Or, "I appreciate your help." Politeness goes a long way in university life.
Finally, discussing study habits can be very useful. You might say, I usually study in the library. Where do you like to study? Or, I find studying in groups helps me understand better. How about you?
These phrases are simple, yet very practical. They help you talk naturally, connect with classmates, and practice English in real situations every day.
Using these expressions regularly will gradually increase your confidence in group work, campus conversations, and academic discussions.
And that's the key: consistent practice, polite engagement, and being willing to participate in all types of interactions. It really makes a difference. By now, you've heard a lot of phrases for introductions, classroom questions, group work, and campus conversations. It's important to remember the ones that feel most natural to you.
Exactly. For instance, starting with simple introductions like, Hi, I'm Jake. What's your name? Or asking politely, which year are you in? Are excellent ways to begin any conversation.
Then, using classroom phrases such as, "Could you explain this part again?" Or, "I didn't understand this concept. Could you give another example?" helps you participate confidently in lectures and tutorials.
Emails are also essential. Polite openings like, Dear Professor Smith, and closings like, Thank you for your time, or Looking forward to your reply, make your communication professional and clear.
For group work, phrases like, "I have an idea we could try," or "What do you think about this approach?" keep teamwork polite and productive. And don't forget to agree or disagree respectfully. "I see your point, but what if we try it this way?"
Campus conversations are just as important. Asking questions like, Have you joined any clubs? Or commenting, That lecture was interesting, wasn't it? Shows interest and helps you build friendships.
The key is practice. Repeat these phrases aloud, write them down, and use them in real situations. The more you practice, the more natural your English becomes.
Another tip is to combine phrases in the same conversation. For example, I found today's lecture interesting. Did you understand everything? What did you think about the main topic? This makes your dialogue more fluent and engaging.
Asking for help politely is also very useful. Could you help me with this problem? Or, would you mind explaining this part? Encourages cooperation, and adding thank you shows respect.
Sharing opinions politely is another important skill. Using I think or I feel before your statement, like, I think this topic is challenging, or I feel confused about this assignment, makes your statements polite and personal.
And don't forget, small compliments and encouragements go a long way. Saying, I like your presentation style, or your project is well done, strengthens relationships and creates positive communication.
Over time, as you use these phrases regularly in class, in emails, in group work, and during campus conversations, your confidence will grow naturally. Speaking English will feel less stressful and more enjoyable.
Remember, consistency is key. Even small daily interactions help improve your fluency. You don't need to speak perfectly. The goal is to communicate clearly and politely.
That's right. Confidence, politeness, and practice will take you far. Don't be afraid to speak up, ask questions, or participate in discussions. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn.
We hope today's episode gives you practical phrases to use every day at university. Start small, keep practicing, and your English will improve faster than you think.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to practice, be patient with yourself, and use these phrases whenever you can.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Chill English channel for more lessons. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.